Taylor Sheridan, screenwriter for Landman, Yellowstone, and many other shows. He had a controversial episode come out recently that challenges pronoun ideology and the narcissism that comes with it. To say the least, he is now my favorite screenwriter. He was already my top 5, but now he is easily my top 3. So we're going to react to that scene, and we got a lot to talk about. So lock in and grab your coffee. First of all, if you haven't seen Landman, there's 2 seasons right now. Season 2 is almost over. It's on Paramount Plus, and no, it's not sponsored. It's just a fantastic show. If you like Yellowstone or any of his other works, you're probably going to love this show as well. But this scene begins with Ainsley, all right? A freshman to college. She gets a roommate. She meets her for the first time, or excuse me, she meets them for the first time. So let's go ahead and jump into the scene.
Are you
Your roommate.
Yes. Are you on the cheerleading team?
Do I look like a fucking cheerleader?
I mean, you make a very strong base for a pyramid.
I'm in the sports medicine program.
Oh, cool.
Looks like they have us paired up in the fall as well.
Excited.
I'm pagan.
I'm Ainsley. Pagan.
Pagan.
Like the godless religion.
Hold on. I just gotta laugh. Like the godless religion. Okay. All right. So you can already see as the scene begins, you can already see this person is, on edge, right? They're rude. Do I look like a freaking cheerleader? Like, you didn't have to answer like that. Like, why are you answering like that? But it gets worse, guys. So the thing is, what you're going to notice about the scene, and some of you might be able to relate to this, I've actually dealt with people like this. And as you start to see the scene unfold, Taylor Sheridan quite literally wrote a scene that perfectly illustrates the mindset behind this entire ideology. The narcissism behind it. So let's keep watching.
Are you from the country?
I am from Minneapolis.
You don't say.
Is Pagan Viking? Because the football team?
It's still Latin, like I said 7 seconds ago.
Is that a pet rat?
It's a ferret.
What's a ferret?
From the weasel family.
What's a weasel?
Basically a big ferret. You can say hi.
Would you be opposed to a room freshener?
A toxic airborne petrochemical that I breathe into my lungs.
Yeah. This is how it is. The condescension, just ridiculous. You could have just said, I'd rather not, You could have just said, oh, maybe if we get a certain kind of freshener, maybe we can get one that's not, chemical based or something. At least negotiate. Find a place to compromise, right? You don't need to be a dickhole with every response that comes out of your mouth. But the thing is, people like this, I don't know if they realize how they sound. Or more so, I don't think they care. But let's continue.
So what are your pronouns?
My pronouns? Well, I would hope that's pretty clear.
Yeah, I don't make assumptions. You could identify as a sunflower.
I've always been curious. Why they, them? Because there's just one of you, and those are plural pronouns. Just never really understood the hoopla of pronoun. My name's Ainsley, and I just can't really come up with a reason why you would address me in third person in a conversation that I'm a part of.
I like the beach.
I like how she instantly changes the subject because she knows that this is ridiculous, that the whole conversation, the whole idea behind pronouns and being offended by it, it's silly. It's dumb. It's finding a reason to just be angry for no reason. That's what I never understood about people. Why are you creating problems that weren't there to begin with? Why are you finding reasons to be offended? Narcissism. That's it. That's why.
It says that. I think it's because I use coconut oil as a moisturizer. Of all the oils, it penetrates the deepest. This one smells like coconut, too.
I would appreciate if you didn't use that word.
Coconut?
Penetrate. It's triggering. It insinuates the patriarchal power of the phallus.
So penetrate is a triggering word. So you're telling me we have to tiptoe around your feelings. We have to walk around you on eggshells because you're too sensitive to deal with words? Do you realize how narcissistic, how arrogant it is to think that everybody has to conform to your lifestyle because you're extra sensitive or because you have mental issues that you haven't dealt with. And a lot of these things, you choose to be offended. They don't have to offend you. And a word of advice to people like this who get offended by everything, you're giving a lot of power away when you get offended by things. It's almost like you just like being a victim, but you don't have to be. But let's continue.
I'm vegan. I would prefer you don't eat meat in this room. I would really appreciate it if you didn't bring any animal products in this room, like those shoes are probably cowhide.
Oh, no, babe, these are Jimmy Choo.
I meditate at noon,
Okay.
and I don't like music.
Well, I'm not a musician.
I mean, I don't like it played in the room. This is my safe space, and I need my environment crafted to support my mental health.
Yeah, that's the problem. This person does not care that they have a roommate that also has a life and has needs, has wants, has feelings. They don't care. It's all about them. And the thing is, you might say, oh, well, Noel, this is just a show. This is just propaganda. Unfortunately, no, it's not. This is literally how these people act. I've met them. I've talked to them. I've worked with them. He couldn't have wrote a better scene to demonstrate this ideology and the narcissism behind it. So when I run into people like this, I tend to just tell them straight up, I don't care about your feelings. Okay? You obviously don't care about mine. I don't care about yours. Don't expect me to not offend you. But then I make it very clear. I'm not going out of my way to intentionally offend you, but I just know you're going to be offended by everything. And at that point, they just tend to avoid me, right? Because they already know what I'm about. I'm not going to sit there and take it. Neither should you. But let's continue.
I think the more attention you give your mental health, the better. Pagan.
Pagan.
That's what I said.
No. You said it different.
So she mispronounced her name just a little bit. And now she's, found another reason to be upset. This is what I'm talking about. Now, here's the last clip I'm going to show you from the same episode. Now, this is when Ainsley goes to her dean in her college to discuss this. But this is the problem with a lot of colleges today in the United States. A lot of them are completely absorbed into this ideology, and they become indoctrination centers. This is a good example of that. Watch.
Yeah, I don't get the sense that she wants me to express myself at all.
How so?
Well, for example, their pronouns.
Here we go.
What?
Nothing, I'm just preparing myself to be offended.
Pronoun for one person is just kind of incorrect.
Says who?
Well, the English language.
Ainsley.
They're telling me what to call them, and they're telling me no music and all the things that they need to feel comfortable, but they're not asking what I need to feel comfortable.
And Ainsley said it perfectly in the beginning of this clip, that I don't seem to get the feeling that she cares about my feelings, about my needs. And that's the problem. So what I'd like to say to anybody out there who's a part of this ideology, who's, oh, my pronouns, and I'm offended if you don't use my pronouns, and it's all about my mental health. Think about the other people around you. This supposed empathy that you have, do you? Do you actually have empathy? Do you want to be honest with yourself, or do you want to keep lying to yourself? Look in the mirror, check yourself, okay? Because we're at a place right now in America, we are not accepting it anymore, all right? And you will be checked, and people are going to put you in your place, and you're not going to like it. So you better get used to being offended, or maybe think about how narcissistic and ridiculous this ideology is, and then leave it behind you. With that said, Christ is king, and with Christ, everything's possible. So if you're having issues out there, and you don't know who you are, you don't know where to go, Christ is the way. I promise you that. Love you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go watch Landman now. Much love.